Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, You Only Live Once. Well, last time, we did some work for the Brotherhood, and as a result of that, today, all roads lead to Vault 22. And there we go, we've got Veronica, the NCR, and the Brotherhood themselves are all wanting me to head in that direction, so that's precisely what we're gonna do, though. Before we actually set off, one quick thing that's very important indeed. I'm just going to move time along a bit so it becomes dark because, the funny old thing is, my character right now is in a bit of a weird, interesting spot. So my sneak is not quite maxed out, but pretty damn close, 93 at the moment thanks to the lucky shades and probably a few other bonuses I'm forgetting as well. So my character makes no noise while moving, and is very hard to detect. The result being, I've kind of reached the point of the game where, if it's dark especially, I don't really need a stealth boy anymore. Like, I'm more or less invisible if it's dark, which, outside means at night, but inside very often means basically all the time. Because most vaults, most dungeons, most ruins, most caves, pretty much everything in Fallout New Vegas, once you get inside, as far as the game's concerned, it's pretty bloody dark, because it's the post-apocalypse, so as a result, the lighting tends not to be that bloody good. So yes, now it's night, I'm pretty safe to go wherever I want to. Though obviously, if I do run into trouble and we go into caution or whatnot, I can always activate a stealth boy, I've got plenty of them, and we don't need to worry too much about those castors down there, because funny old thing about this bit of the world, which is it's very easy just to walk along the top of these here rocks right at the edge of the map. And there's basically nothing here. So it's very easy to just mosey along, not get spotted by anything, and drop in on Vault 22 pretty much from above. And we'll normally get there because we do have multiple quest markers pointing us in that direction. So we can stay very far away from the castors, just slowly work our way around here, and you'll know 22 when you see it, because obviously it's going to be surrounded by all sorts of plants, all sorts of trees, all sorts of everything. So, right, just keep on keeping on. Just look for the right place to drop down. I think we must be getting close because, the marker's moving. There we go. I see you, buddy. However, we do have a few things to take care of first. Whole bunch of giant mantises. But obviously, they've not detected me yet. And I doubt they're going to anytime soon. As I say, it's dark, and I'm very hard to detect, and what I think I can do is just rush in and take them all out. Single dose of turbo is more than enough. There we go, we've officially found Vault 22. We should be able to just get in and take out all of them. Just make sure we're in a good position to jump down and start attacking. Because, they're not even close to detecting me. So, okay. Just get on down. As soon as we hit, there we go, into caution. That is fine, but for safety, let's just pop on some actual armor here. And also, you know what? There's no reason not to do all the drugs in the world just for safety. But we're just going to be rushing through and hitting these guys with everything. So, put on the medics, put on the slasher, put on the turbo, and just immediately go, take you out, buddy. Now get over to you. Just keep moving around the outside of them. There's nothing they can do. Get over to you, finish you off, buddy. Just keep an eye on them. It's a little bit hard to see who's alive versus who's dead, but as long as you keep moving, you're just so much faster than them. We good? It doesn't matter. Okay. They're all taken out, and the turbo still hasn't worn off. I'm stunned to the effect of turbo. Melee enemies, they just can't touch you, because they are very literally jumping for you in a position where you were, like, 5 seconds ago. And it's still... There we go, it's finally cocking a one off. Yep, 256 out of 365. Just wanted to make absolutely double sure they didn't land a hit on me. But yeah, we are absolutely fine. I mean, scruffy because this area is hard to see through. There are many plants, etc, etc. But yeah, I didn't really want to activate a stealth boy here unless I absolutely had to. For the simple reason, once you step in the vault, you're actually completely 100% safe. At least at the start of it, because, yeah, there are no enemies on the first floor. And there are no enemies on the second floor either. We could just mosey around and, yeah, help ourselves to various goodies without worrying about it for the time being. So, yeah, keep on keeping on, though. That's just a programmer's digest, nothing dramatic there. I thought that might be a skill book, but no, I was misremembering. But, yeah, for the time being, we are completely 100% safe. And against small melee enemies, as long as I've got turbo, yeah, I think I'm going to stay that way. But okay, for the time being, mosey into this vault proper, because I like Vault 22. Vault 22 is probably the most sensible vault in all of modern Fallout, which is... most vaults are designed like dungeons. You know, there's one way to get through them, there's lots of enemies, you've got to go all round the houses, etc, etc. But Vault 22 is genuinely designed, you know, as you'd probably design a vault. There's a single central stairwell, and also elevator, that just goes down 5 floors. So you can take the elevator to the floor of your choosing, each floor does a specific thing. It's not actually that difficult to navigate at all. It makes sense, damn it. Though yes, there is one small flipping problem. The elevator isn't currently working. But that's fine, because this here is why I was saying repair's rather useful, and we've been investing in that recently. Because repair is an odd skill in this game. It doesn't come up very often, but when it does come up, just occasionally, it could be game-changing. Especially in the DLC. There are going to be some huge moments when we go into the remaining DLC where repair is a lifesaver. So it sure is bloody lucky that, yes, I've got 15 bloody copies of fixing things right now. So, right, with that in hand, repair the elevator, and now, yeah, I can go down to any level of my choosing, including, critically, level 5. And level 5 is normally difficult to get to. You've got to, like, you know, get a security card, go into some caves, loop around to get to a different area, go back into 5 from the cave system. It's not a good time. But yeah, if you can repair the elevator, you can get straight down to level 5 and get this done relatively quickly. However, that's not what I'm going to be doing right now, because, like I was suggesting in last episode, there's another reason I'm here, and that is we just get 100 XP for, yes, repairing the door and whatnot, is the enemies that live inside this area. So, yeah. If we just actually very quickly nip down to, hang on, level 3 should do fine. Yes, you'll probably notice right ahead of me there is a monster. But this is a very interesting monster for various reasons. A spore carrier. Number 1, I can't VAT scan it, which in some ways makes it my worst enemy, because it means I need to be perceptive, otherwise I might miss one. But luckily, yeah. I've got a pretty good idea where these guys are. Crucially, they're inside plants. So, if you see plants, pay a lot of attention. If there's a movement, there's a monster in it. But these guys are functionally blind. Or at least I suppose maybe a more accurate term would be dormant. They won't wake up until you get right next to them. At which point they need to do their wake-up animation before they can even detect you. So, if we just mosey over to this guy, there we go. You notice there, he was lying down for a second. And he lay down because he was starting to get up. It's kind of weird because, yeah, they start standing, then they have to do a get-up animation in order to get up. But it means as long as you get up to them and attack them quickly, yeah, they die to your sneak attack before they can do anything to you. But yeah, what I want to do is kill quite a few of these guys. 1, because they're free XP, but 2, way more importantly, as we've seen previously with perks like a Day Tripper, in Fallout New Vegas, yeah, there's an entire category of perks you don't get by picking them out of the perk table. Instead, you get them by doing things. Basically, if you do something a lot, you get better at it. So, right at the start of this game, I drank a lot of alcohol and thus got better at drinking alcohol. And the same is true for murder. Kill things and you get better at killing. But also it's often more specific than that. Kill certain types of creatures and you get significantly better at killing that type of creature. The spore carrier here is officially an abomination. And I would like to go around and kill some of these abominations, because if in doubt, just like, punch into an empty thing, by the way. That's fine, it never bloody hurts. You're definitely there, though. That's fine, so you're going to go into your waking up animation, but you've not detected me, so it's a sneak attack, so you die and whatnot. But yeah, if you kill abominations, you get better at killing abominations. And guess what's also an abomination? Why, yes, it's the ghost people in Dead Money. In a way, yeah, everything I'm doing for large parts of the rest of the game is just preparing for the nightmare that is Dead Money. So if I can pick up a rank or two of, these special perk you get for killing abominations and thus get bonus damage against abominations, that's going to help me when it comes to Dead Money, and most of my most exciting sexy toys are taken away from me, though I swear there's more on the 3rd floor than just those two. Well, there's no red here, so yeah, that's the track. If you see red on the compass, that means it's like a mantis or something. You don't really want to mess with mantises. As we saw outside, with Turbo I absolutely can, but they're not abominations. They're insects, so what I want instead is sneak up on you, buddy. Just stab you in the back. You were a brute, so yeah, that's even more experience. And hang on. I see one more over there. Sorry, I'd forgotten about you, which is going to be a problem. Yeah, basic carriers 10 XP, brutes like a 25, savages up to 50. There's good XP to be got out of doing this, so yeah. That's a 4 abominations dead right there. That's almost 10% of the way towards the first rank of the abomination perk. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Though yeah, floor 3 is not particularly crowded. Aside from some mantises, that's all we really need to do here. So instead, yeah, let's just mosey upstairs to floor 2. Because floor 2 is, I'm pretty sure, completely safe. Because if you actually do go and rescue Keely, this is where she shows up. So as a result of that, yeah, this area is safe, so she doesn't get killed by a random monster. So yeah, we can just do a little bit of looting here while we're passing by, because there shouldn't be anything dangerous here at all. So yeah, just mosey up to all your stuff. I know you've got like a bag around here that's got some valuable kit in it somewhere anyway. There we go, right in the corner of the room. I walked straight past it. Yeah, 6 frag grenades. I can't use them, but that's good money right there. As time goes by, we are going to be needing more and more money. So, yeah. The other nice thing about... Oh. Did I just, like, imagine a flipping mantis? Because I swear I just saw a mantis wing, but there shouldn't be mantises in there. Because, yes, this here that I'm looking at right now... This is the room that contains the component the Brotherhood wants. The, oxygen filters or something. It's in one of those lovely lockers back there. But the room's supposed to be empty, so... Maybe I imagine that. Hopefully, I imagine that. Because there are not supposed to be enemies on this floor. But yeah, we can loot this location. Help ourselves to all this stuff. There's nothing bad here. I'm still gonna, like, check the compass a lot and watch for movement and whatnot, but yeah, floor 2 should be safe. Like, there's not supposed to be anything bad here. Yeah, no enemies and nothing else of note here at all, so let's move on to, yeah, the big thing we actually do need to do. Just in case anything goes wrong and I want to get out of here in a hurry, let's get, yeah, the flipping data first. Because that's the thing 2 different factions want me to get. So yeah, we're going to start by going straight down to level 5. A huge advantage to having the repair to just to come and do that. So, okay. Let's see you. Get over to here. You start waking up, then die. There's nothing there, so that's fine as well. Yeah. We're coming up now on one bit that might be a tiny bit more tricky, which is giant Venus flytraps. They don't have this kind of, you know, wake-up animation that these guys do. That one was 100 XP. No, it wasn't, actually. Sorry, I just got something else, one of the other achievements, but not one that gives me a perk. Hang on, what did I just get? I didn't just get a perk, did I? I don't think I got a perk, so I think I just beat stuff up with, yes, my flipping unarmed weapon. So that's fine. You start getting up as well. You're nice and dead. Beautiful. In here, yeah, that's a spore plant. Those we don't want to fight if we can avoid it. But there's 2 in here we need to get past. So what we're going to do is, yeah, just a turbo up. I need to be using turbo, so that's fine. Just to get in, hit him with the turbo, get in, attack, and you're not dead. That could be a problem, and now you're dead. I didn't get a crit. Sorry, I wasn't actually, like, you know, factoring in the possibility I might... Why am I still in caution? I don't appreciate still being in caution. Did I just wake someone else up? You're not moving. Also, John, you're still in, like, medium armor right now. Yeah, be in light armor so you can move around faster. That's fine. So, yeah. Very slow door. We've got nothing there. There's definitely... Okay. There's definitely more enemies around here. And because I haven't been the Overseer's office yet, these doors are locked. But I can get them open. So, right. Here's the plan. Right now, my lockpick is at 63. So if I just do some mentats, and I've got plenty of mentats thanks to Old Blues, and blend that with, yeah, Locksmith's Reader, I've got 4. That should be 77. All we need to do is get around here, kill you, open this door. 10 abominations dead already. I need a 50 for the first rank of the perk. I can make it better as time goes by, but 50 is the starting point. So, there we go. Just get in and... Caution again. Don't like that. Right, just download. That's the data. That's it. That's all we need for the NCR and also for Veronica. So, slight issue. Slight issue. Slight small issue. Continue using more turbo. Just get him. You saw a corpse, didn't you? Yes, you saw that corpse. That's what got your attention. We're also moving towards a bug stomper. So that's good. Let's get out of here. I don't think there's any more. Actually, you know what? There is one more plant, and the plant is an abomination as well. But they're more dangerous, so let's not worry about them. Tell you what, though. If I can kill this plant by just rushing it right now. Just get over here and go. There you go. Nice. That's another abomination. Kill you. That's... Why am I in caution? I don't like being in caution. Let's just get out of here, actually. Like, get off this here floor. Get to the, yes, elevator. Go to level 4. So I've now cleared everything I need to do. No, I haven't. John, you're lying. I've not cleared this area at all. So, yes. Normally, what you would do would be go to level 4 to get a key card, to open a gate in level 3 to get into a cave system so you could get the filters. But you don't have to. Completely not necessary if you could get down to level 5 using the elevator. Okay, I see lots of people missing this, so leave this alone for now. Turbo's worn off, just yeah. Go up the stairs at the start of level 5. Back to a hidden. Go upstairs into this room, which I think is safe, right? Why am I doing, like, clicking? Sorry, it's just a nervous habit that I just VAT scan constantly. Even if I know it doesn't do anything. Because this door will take me to... hang on. Yes, I thought so. Into the cave system. So I'm now in, officially, food production. But it's functionally part of the cave system. So yeah. What I need to do now is just take out a few more flipping insects. There's going to be like 3 over here. There's more of them in that direction. Don't go that way. Get over to it. This will do nicely. Keep doing turbo. Alright, I need to get up to the right turbo level. You didn't detect me. Look at that. That's the power of flipping sneak at this level plus silence. They just can't detect me. I'm not using a stealth boy. I kind of don't need them anymore. So yeah, that's the door you would unlock with the complicated system of things I was just saying a second ago. You could bypass it. If you can use the elevator to get down to level 5, you could just walk up those stairs, walk through the door, kill 3 guys, that's it, just basic mantises, and then loop round here. Which is going to get me to what should be oxygen. Now just be a bit careful because there's not supposed to be enemies in here. But I definitely just imagined one earlier. Mantis would be on my compass. So, right. Check all of this. Check all of... hang on. Is it you? No, that's just scrap. Though, I will take that, actually. I might be needing that in a minute. Go to here. Get the cartridges. Lovely. So, yeah, that's what the Brotherhood wanted me to get. Now we just go back the way we came, because we've already cleared a path that gets us straight back to where we were, down on level 5. So yeah, we've now got everything we technically need. But as I say, there's one more stage to this operation I would like to do as well. I just don't know whether it's a good idea. And yeah, down here... do VAT scanning. Because, yeah. We just need to avoid mantises around the corner. They'll never detect me. And, hang on. Am I supposed to be... no, I'm supposed to be going this way. Go this way. Down here. Through this door. Which hasn't properly loaded, but there we go. Down to level 5. So, yeah. Now we're back on level 5. Back downstairs. Yeah, the only place we've not been is the common room area. Which is by far the nastiest, but... as I was saying, abominations. I want to kill them. So, okay. Can't take the stairs. Starts being all blocked off and whatnot. And that is, yeah, just a different set of stairs. Don't worry about that. Here we go. A proper area in here. But in here, it's all flipping these guys. And they just can't see you and can't do anything till they've woken up. And they only wake up when you get right up to them. So, yeah, they are a relatively nice way of grinding abominations. And also a good solid amount of XP. Like, if I kill all these guys, I'll probably get more XP doing that than I'll get for, like, you know, at least one of these missions. So, yeah. I don't think we need to go to the Overseer's office at all, actually. The way I'm doing this is fine. There's no enemies up top. I think we're just going to, yeah, the lower level. I'm expecting 5 in this room. 2 right here. So, there you go. Stab. 25 XP. Should be, yeah, there we go. Number 2, dead ahead, 25 XP. Should be you, dead, 25 XP. Then you, dead. Seriously, Vault 22. If you just know where the enemies are, that is not the perk I was going for, but... No, seriously, what perk is that? Like, that's great and all, but... Okay, also a different perk, and... Okay, a lot of perks I'm making progress towards right now. This is marvellous, but... Okay, hang on. Hang on. What perk was that? So... Oh! I didn't even know I was near to that one, but that one's good. So, yeah, AP cost of all unarmed attacks down. Though, arguably not so good anymore. Because, yeah, if I'm doing many attacks, I'll be wanting to do it in real time with a turbo, not in VATS. VATS is for the initial sneak attack, where, in a way, AP cost is kind of irrelevant right now. Which is why, yeah, this entire time I've not been hugely prioritising agility. This much AP is just fine. So, right. That's 5 easy ones. Everything else is a tiny bit trickier. Yeah, I could have just opened this door with the console in the Overseer's office, but, yeah, that would just turn down 3 XP. I see red on the compass. That's a plant that's up there. There's 3 enemies in here. And I don't love that. Okay, hang on. There's definitely... I thought there was one isolated in here. I must be thinking of upstairs. So yeah, what I want to do is take out the plant as a priority. So yeah, it's not detected me, as you can see. It's in the dark. Turbo is... There we go! Cocking finally! Fast times. So yeah, that's now another 33% onto the length that Turbo lasts. And I know that sounds excessive, but trust me. As time goes by, we're going to be very happy we've got that. So, yeah, just get in. Hit you, and... No, hit you, and... Continue hitting... Have we hit everything? Are you both dead? Because there's a brute behind the spore carrier. Which I don't like. And now the doors are opening slowly. Hang on, there's also... you. Get you. Kill you. Move on. Because, yeah, there are 3 in this room down here. And if I'm under the effect of turbo, I think we can deal with it. So just get in. Punch. Get in. Punch. Get over here. And punch. All dead, all hidden. No one ever detected me. Also, hang on. Was that progress towards Lord Death as well? Because Lord Death also gets me more damage. Okay, we don't have it yet, but we're moving in the right direction. So, okay. I'm going to say this has been a huge success right here. I think that is every abomination with, admittedly, a handful of exceptions. Down on level 5, there is a big cavern right at the end of the cave system. And that's where you find Keeley. The problem is, Keeley doesn't really need to be rescued. Like, that's 100% optional. So, as a result of that, yeah, I'm just, not gonna be doing that. You would get slightly more XP for doing it, but yeah, it's a bit more dangerous than I want to do. Like, clearing out these guys, that's a relatively low risk. Honestly, that fight at the front door with all of the mantises, that was the most dangerous part of this entire endeavour. Once you get inside, you can just clear out all the spore carriers relatively easily and get like halfway or thereabout to the abomination perk. So, yeah, that's one of the big reasons I wanted to do this. But yeah, with the data in a hand and the flipping filters as well, yeah, that's all we really need out of this area. So I'm going to say a win's a win. Let's move on. We don't need to do anything else inside this here vault. Though what I wouldn't mind doing when we step outside actually is, yeah, working on my turbo supplies a bit. My turbo's getting a bit low all of a sudden, so, yeah, we need more. Fast times is brilliant, But now we've got it, yeah, we still need a good, solid supply of turbo. So, just skip up to level 1. Which should be completely safe. And when we step outside, that should be safe as well. And yeah, it's day at this point, and night has passed us by. So okay, just step outside to be ready for... No, we're fine. And yeah, because we can wait, we can travel. So, the game wants me to go to Hidden Valley, and no, that's not where we want to go first, damn it. Instead, we're moseying back over to the Strip for a second. So yeah, just head over there. Something wears off. It's hard to say what it's going to be. I'm under the effect of a lot of drugs these days. So yeah, get into the Strip, and actually, you know what? I was just talking about flipping a turbo. Check Gamora. If we're lucky, we could get some in there. Gosh darn it, no such luck. Okay, well, while I'm passing by, yeah, just mosey into the Lucky 38 for a second. Because I do need Veronica in order to, like, you know, wrap up her mission and whatnot. Though, yeah, let's take the scenic route to Hidden Valley, because maybe elsewhere our luck will be a bit better. Come on, Dr. Strauss, don't let me down. Gosh darn it, everybody's failing me today. Well, bare minimum, I can buy some, yeah, relatively cheaper stim packs from you. We do know we need more of those to make a more slasher. And you know what? While I'm passing by Novak, yeah, there's one other very nice thing I could do here. In fact, I kind of feel like, yeah, this town is set up to let you do this. You may recall last episode, we picked up the ballistic fist, and currently, it doesn't look that impressive. Damage 51, DPS 70, really a tiny bit underwhelming next to a lot of other things we found already. Now, in theory, we could pay thousands and thousands and many thousands of caps to get this thing repaired, but yeah, that's not really the smart move. Instead, if we just mosey into the garage here and have a look at this here workbench, here we go. The weapon repair kit, which I can make if I do another fixing things. Then all I would need would be multiple types of scrap, a wonder glue, duct tape, and a wrench. And those precise ingredients are found in huge bloody numbers right here inside this garage. Like, for some reason, they just laid out everything you need to make multiple flipping weapon repair kits right here in Novak. In fact, if anything, yeah, the one thing I'm going to be missing is scrap. Because I took the scrap previously to hand over to the boomers. But that's very easily rectified as well. Because there's literally a scrapyard just up the road. So yeah, you could just go into the scrapyard and pick up scrap off the ground. That is apparently free, though there's also, yeah, some lovely, delicious turpentine dodged about. So, help myself to Veronica. Out of the way of the turpentine, please. We need that to make a more turbo. And yeah, once you've helped yourself to all of that, step inside the garage at night. Old Lady Gibson will be asleep in here. Beautiful. I can help myself to a tiny bit more scrap, though it is stealing if it's inside for whatever reason. Though yeah, she's happy if you take it if it's outside. One more wrench, that's very useful too. And yeah, wake up Old Lady Gibson and do a bit of business with her. And there we go. 4 scrap for 4 caps. A very good deal. This, by the way, is why we're doing it this way. Because, yes, Old Lady Gibson could do a tiny bit of repairing to the ballistic fist. Not even getting it to max condition. And even so, it would cost me 10,000 cocky caps. So instead, we're just going to pop another fixing things together with... is there any point in popping... No, there's no point in popping a more mentats because... yeah, repair is a function of intelligence, and intelligence is already maxed out. So, right, use the workbench, that is allowed. And we've now got enough material to make 4 weapon repair kits. Very nice indeed. And... what the cock just happened? I just took 11 hit points worth of damage from walking into this motorcycle. You know what? I'm going to say that stands. That's my punishment right there for robbing old lady Gibson and stealing her scrap. So hilarious. I mean, I did have a special rule in Fallout 4 that if you walked into a vehicle and just died, that wouldn't count. But I didn't just die. I just took damage from, like, bumping into a motorcycle. So, screw it. That stands. I've decided... Did my blood just get splattered over there from walking into a motorcycle? Hilarious. Right, you know what? That's going to be my penalty right there for, like, robbing this sweet old lady who just wanted to sell me stuff. Okay, put fixing things back on for a second, because, yes, what your actual repair is affects how good weapon repair kits are. Then put on the ballistic fist to make sure, yes, I know it's in bad condition, game, that's fine. Just make sure the gamer knows that's what we've got set. And yes, now what we do is, hang on, use that. If we just go back over to the weapon, it's looking a lot better. Damage up to 63. Use another one. Damage up to, hang on, 74. And then we just do that. Damage up to 86. And then just one more, getting me up to pretty much perfect condition. Oh, yeah. This thing is now an absolute cocking beast. And I know what you're thinking. John, that looks good, but not like that good. Damage 86 is lovely. You've been telling us this entire time that the Protonic Universal Axe gets to double its damage, and its damage is 63. 63 times 2 is 126, which is a higher number than the Ballistic Fist had. So, why are you so excited? And, okay, the way crits work in this game is bloody weird. Which is, generally, what we say is, oh yeah, a critical hit does double damage. This is not actually true. What does happen is, it takes the weapon's damage, which is a 1 number, and it adds on the weapon's critical damage, which is another number. Now, for like 90% of weapons, the damage and the critical damage are the same number. So, most of the time, criticals double your damage. Though, even then, it's a tiny bit more complicated than that, because your weapon's damage is a function of the weapon's condition, like we just saw with the Ballistic Fist, but the critical damage isn't. It's just a flat number that's always as good as it can ever be. So, at the start of the game, when your weapon skill is low and your weapons are in poor condition, yeah, crits at that point are more like 3 times damage, because the crit damage is really good next to the base damage. But as your weapon gets better and you get better at using it, yeah, crits actually start being less good in terms of a multiplier, because the base damage is now catching up to the crit damage. So, yes, there's a lot of complicated stuff going on in the background. The point is, the Protonic Universal Axe, I could take that 63 and double it, and then we have to add on a separate crit number. And though the game doesn't say this, the crit number for the Protonic Universal Axe is okay, but not actually that great. It's like 40 or 50. It's less than the actual damage number. The Ballistic Fist, meanwhile, has got damage of like 80, 90 odd, but its critical damage is about the same. Meaning, you put that together, this thing can do like 160 odd damage when it gets a crit. Which is in fact roughly the same as the Protonic Universal Axe, because yeah, it's got 63, you double that to like 126, you add on a slightly reduced crit, and you also get to about 160. But you've got to remember, the Ballistic Fist has also got the uppercut, adding an additional 15% onto the base damage. So, put all that together, and I'm willing to be corrected here, but in terms of damage from a single attack, the Ballistic Fist is, I think, the best weapon in the game. But only for sneak attack crits, because sneak attack crits guarantee a crit. If we're randomly swinging at enemies, however, Embrace of the Mantis King is still gonna be better. Because sure, it's only doing 48 damage and a bit over 100 damage, I believe, if it gets a crit, but it's also getting crits way more often. Whereas the Ballistic Fist is going to be doing 86 on every strike, but getting that big 160 critical relatively infrequently when it comes to actual hand-to-hand combat where the enemy already knows you're there. So, yes, things get a bit complicated in terms of the mathematics. The point is, all numbers aside, Ballistic Fist good, use Ballistic Fist a lot. Still, let's get back to my main objective here. Do not forget what you're supposed to be doing, John. Hidden Bloody Valley. So, step 1, just to bring Veronica back to the Elder once again here.
Veronica, I hope...
I brought you a present. This disc has secrets to breeding plants that can thrive in the wasteland.
High Elder Maxon didn't found us to be botanists, Veronica.
Think about it. No more trading guns for food. Total self-sufficiency. It's what we always wanted.
This won't get us Hoover Dam.
Yes, it will. If we feed people, they'll support us. They'll join us.
What does the Codex say?
A bunch of closed-minded bullshit.
We do not help them or let them in.
But...
we keep knowledge they must never have.
give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away.
I'm sorry.
We'll die out.
I know.
Come on. I can't listen to this anymore.
So yes, indeed. This is why you bring the data to the Brotherhood first, because they reject it, so you don't have to hand it over, so you could go and give it to the NCR anyway.
He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen?
And unfortunately, Veronica, yeah, the Brotherhood can be stuck in its ways. He'd already made up his mind before you even started looking.
I see that now. I thought I knew him better than that, but it was like talking to a stranger. How can I help them when they won't accept it? I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end.
Yes, this unfortunately is one of the tragedies of You Only Live Once, which is sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing because it keeps you alive. Because I think the best thing for Veronica is 100% leaving, joining the followers, and embracing a new way of living. But unfortunately, that would involve a big fight against some paladins, which you have to do if you want to wrap up the mission. And I don't want to do that, so as a result of that, even though I don't think it's the right thing for her to do, I'm going to tell Veronica she ought to stay.
They may be a bunch of wooden conformists, but anything I did without them would feel empty. I'd always be reminded of this day, how I wasn't strong enough to stand by them. So, I guess I'll stay. Won't be easy, but at least I won't feel guilty about the choice. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this, and some fresh air would do me some good, right about now.
Jess, when she says fresh air, unfortunately we're not quite done yet. There's one last thing we need to take care of. You see, certain members of the Brotherhood are not going to be happy about what Veronica's been doing. Doesn't matter whether she decides ultimately to stay or go, they're still not delighted by, the fact she was even considering it. So, as a result, there's going to be a bit of a confrontation right outside. One we need to be ready to deal with. Specifically, we need to get speech up to 95, which I know feels like it might be a long way off, but funny old thing about speech. If I just slip on the naughty nightwear, that gets speech up to 72. Then we just need to do, hang on, I want a copy of meeting people. I've got 6 of those. That is a-okay. So that is 82. Then we just do some party time mentats, which is charisma plus 5, which corresponds to another speech plus 10 for, yes, 92. Then we just get drunk on anything we've got available. So, yeah, just down like an entire bottle of whiskey or whatnot. That's absolutely fine. So, all that in place, let's step outside.
We heard Veronica talking with the Elder. We won't stand for this.
And here we go. With speech of 95, ideals are strengthened by the challenges they endure. Veronica's questioning did you a service.
She'd be doing a greater service by carrying out her duties and not trying to undermine the Elder's authority. This had better be the last time her loyalty falters. You've been warned.
And there we go. A very nasty fight has just been avoided.
God. I should get used to this, I guess. People get desperate. They turn on each other. First thing to go is trust. I don't think it's ever going to be the same for me in there. Knowing no matter what I do, it's going to end badly. but they're all I have.
And there we go. 1,000 XP for my trouble. Beautiful. And seriously, I feel like this is not a good ending for Veronica, but it's the one we're stuck with, because otherwise there's no way to avoid some sort of confrontation with those paladins sooner or later. Bare minimum though, yeah, she's willing to continue travelling with me if I'm happy to do so.
Yeah, I've got the rest of my life to help them out. I could spare a little while to see things through with you.
And while I could say at this point, come on, let's get out of here, etc, etc. Veronica, I've got bad news about how much travelling you're going to be doing with me going forwards.
Okay, then I guess I'll be back at the 188. Maybe digging in some dirt for scrap metal or something.
And we're not done with the Vault 22 data yet either. Do not forget, we've got to, yes, at this point, hang on, set that as an active objective, mosey on back to Camp McCarran. The game is trying to suggest I might want to, you know, go and find Keely and whatnot. I'm not going to be doing that, no. Just a mosey straight on back to Camp McCarran here. Lovely, though more drugs are wearing off, and nope, meeting people on this occasion. Because do not forget, we've got more than one thing to do with the good doctor here.
Ah, I was just wondering what had become of you.
And step 1, hand over the invoice before I forget about it again.
From Alice. I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Or were you just here about the invoice?
And no, good sir, I've got some excellent news for you about that data in Vault 22.
Wonderful. Excellent work. Let me see it. It'll take a moment to decode on my terminal.
Jess, if you try and warn him that the Vault was a bit dangerous, the research might be dangerous too, etc, etc. Unfortunately, he's not really that interested, to be honest, no.
I don't see how that's relevant. The dangers of the Vault were your business, not mine. The only question is whether the data is still intact. I think William's decryption algorithms seem to be working. Yes, here it is. The data is mostly uncorrupted. This will make the board of directors finally sit up and take notice. Here then, as promised, an agreeable sum payable upon delivery of the data. You've more than done your part.
And you know what, Dr. Hilton? I think we should discuss a little bit more in the way of payments.
You want to renegotiate your contract? This is a very serious matter. You do understand that, don't you? I realize that one's word counts for a little in the wasteland, but amongst civilized people, one doesn't just demand more than one has agreed to.
Yes, with Speech of 50, I could suggest that maybe, just maybe, there are going to be other interested parties in this here data.
Now, wait a minute.
And there we go. How about we introduce some healthy competition to your science program, Doctor?
There's no need to do anything rash. Naturally, OSI would be willing to negotiate for exclusive rights to that data. Here, take these caps. That's all of my contracting budget, and it's yours. Now, I've got to get back to work. I'm sure you understand. Exit's over there. You can show yourself out.
And there we go. Another 1,000 XP, and even more money as well. Getting me just up to level 23. Yeah, based on what we've just seen, I'd say, yeah, let's get Sneak straight up to 100. Max it out just for safety, because we are kind of reaching the point where I kind of don't need stealth boys anymore, which is delightful. Beyond that, now I know that, yeah, I could get speech to 98 relatively easily. Let's just put 2 more points into speech, so that converts to, actually, 100, which is spot on. Then what I could do is, yeah, keep investing further and further into repair, because, as I was saying, repair doesn't show up that often, but just occasionally, it can make your life so much easier. Especially in dead money. You know what? I'll take 5 points for lockpick, and yeah, 2 more into repair. But sooner or later, we are going to be wanting that to go further and further up. Still, before I forget, yeah, with the transportal ponder in a hand. Okay, apparently inside McCarran, also not allowed. It's got to be like out in the wasteland if you want to teleport over to Big Mountain, whatever game. as I was saying, with the transportal ponder in a hand, we could get straight back over to, yes, Beaker Mountain and the sink, etc., because 24 hours should definitely have passed by this point, right? I mean, surely we've gone by 24 hours. There we go. This option being available means we've got ourselves some more flipping poison glands. And also Night Stalker blood. But we could just sell that. That's not really important for anything. John, you forgot to buy more whiskey, didn't ya? Okay, we've got, you know, some party mentats for the time being, which is good. Those stimpaks can become more slasher, which is very positive as well. The turbo is right. We've got just enough in the way of turpentine, though I do need to get more at some point. Still, I feel good having a fair bit of this floating around back in the inventory. Still, just step back outside and teleport back home. Make sure we can wait. If we can wait, that means we can fast travel. Spot on. And there we go, back to the safety of a good old Goodsprings. But, okay. I would say having wrapped up Vault 22 in style and made some good progress towards some very important perks. How about we call it a putt there? But next time... Okay. I think I know what we need to do to push ourselves over the line. We now need, just under 3000 XP to hit the critical level 24. And that's the point where, I'm diving back into some DLC. And I think I know precisely where we can get that from. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerds. And this has been a Fallout New Vegas, You Only Live Once. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rad scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet though, I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.